between the Baltimore Colts. Never mind what you see around you. They are the Baltimore Colts. Their first year in St. Louis after leaving Chicago at the end of the 1959 season. Both teams come in 0-1 as the Cardinals dropped an opening day decision to the Detroit Lions, while the Baltimore Colts went out to Los Angeles, falling to the Rams. Real quick before we get into the game, because I don't really want to be distracted too much, let's just give you a little history lesson. As the description said, the Baltimore Colts are the two-time defending NFL champions. There's a live look at Memorial Stadium in Baltimore as Art Donovan leads the defense out. In week 2, the Colts were home and defeated the Chicago Bears 42-7 on October 2nd, 1960. There he is, the GOAT, the real GOAT, Johnny U. Now, I put both teams in home colors because the Cardinals didn't have away colors for 1960, and their away colors, the only away colors they have are the modern ones, and they just, you know, it's not even close to looking 1960-ish. So I'm going to fudge a little bit here on the NFL rules. But let's see, everybody scored for the Colts that day against the Bears. Lenny Moore had a 66-yard reception from Unitas. Alan Amici took it in 1 yard out. Raymond Berry, a 27-yard pass from Unitas. Lenny Moore, an 18-yard pass from Unitas. Jim Muchler, a 43-yard pass from Unitas. Angelo Koya did catch a 31-yard pass from Zeke Bartkowski, as Bartkowski took over for Ed Brown. Steve Meyer out of the kickoff. And then Johnny Sample returned it, kickoff 94 yards for a touchdown to end the scoring 42-7. Now, the St. Louis Cardinals, again, their first year in St. Louis. Excuse me. They went 6-5-1 under head coach Pop Ivy in the NFL Eastern Division. Here's a look at John Roach, quarterback, who had 284 yards in the Week 1 game against the Lions. John Roach, a fourth-year player out of SMU. Excuse me. Big Daddy Lipscomb. I'm going to shade over a little. Like John David Crow in the back room, number 44. And Ordell Bray's just... No, that's number 64. What's that? Marv Matuzak. The original Matuzak. The original Tooz. Comes crashing through, knocking John David Crow down. Unblocked. If you saw earlier today, the Chicago Bears beat the semi-pro Tampa Bay Buccaneers 21-0 in a pouring rainstorm down in Central Florida. Here the weather is beautiful in Baltimore, as something tells me it's going to be all season long. And Don Shinnick in to get the sack. The third-year player out of UCLA. Weeb Eubank loving that. The Colts started out 2-0 in 1960, so we're already behind the 8 ball on that season. Now just a little, Shinnick went right by Ed Cook. Just a little update on the rosters. If you watch some of the Week 1 games, like the Bills and Titans, you saw some modern day looking players find their way in the Titans. It's a learning process where this is our first year doing this. The computer-controlled teams will drop anybody below a 60, or if they have like 4 quarterbacks, they'll drop one if they don't feel they need. And they'll pick up guys to fill other positions. So we'll just go through and change the rosters that we need to change, have seen fit. Also, as we were trying to make this, oh, we've got that freaking. Oh, shoot, I didn't mean to call timeout. That might. I don't want that running assist thing on. Ball carrier special move. Defense auto strafe, ball hawk. Alright. I gotta remember to go into the settings on this game. Here he comes, the GOAT. Now many people want to call Tom Brady the GOAT because he's won 5 championships. Well, Johnny Unitas may have only won 3. But what he did for a whole city, he's definitely Baltimore's GOAT. Also, I would argue that Otto Graham, who played 11 years in both the double AFC and the NFL and went to the championship game every single year he played, winning 7. If you're talking championships as the GOAT, well, then I gotta go with Otto Graham. Anymore. They called him Spats. Spats picks up a couple. Nicknames back then were fantastic. Buzz Nutter, the center. Alex Sandusky at the 1 guard. Lenny Moore and Mike Summer, the running backs. Plus Alan Amici's going to get his carries. We're going to make sure of that. In fact. Shoot. There we go. I did all that work and then I went to not gonna get the ball. Snap off. Come on, come on, come on, a little hurry, a little hustle. Now 62 Dale Minor coming right in to make the tackle. Not much I can do on that one. No, double coverage. Oh. Bobby Towns on the interception. No, you were not reading that number wrong. The Cardinals had 2 defensive backs in single digits. Bobby Towns and the Hall of Famer Larry Wilson. Right into double coverage too. I saw it as soon as I threw the ball. Cardinals offensive line, Bob DeMarco, your center, Ed Cook over at left tackle, John David Crow, the starting fullback, Sonny Randall, and Bobby Joe Conrad, your receivers. Wish I had time to give you all of them, but I'll just have to read quicker. Gino Marchetti. Fast off the ball, number 89. The 8th-year player out of San Francisco. Was made a 2nd-round draft pick by the Dallas Texans. Not the Dallas Texans in the AFL, the original Dallas Texans. Part of the long lineage, the long confusing lineage of the franchise now known as the Indianapolis Colts. The NFL even is unsure how to categorize this one. Come all the way back to 1914 in the Dayton Triangles, as the franchise was sold back to the NFL several times and given to another ownership, but the players continued to follow from Dayton to a bunch of cities I'm forgetting, but Boston, New York, Dallas, Baltimore, and eventually Indianapolis. So confusing is the fact that even while they were in Baltimore, in 1972, owner Carroll Rosenblum traded them, the entire franchise, with Robert Irsay and the Los Angeles Rams. Rosenblum then took the Super Bowl V trophy with him to Los Angeles. Apparently, it gets even more confusing as the Rams own the Super Bowl V trophy because Carroll Rosenblum believed it was his trophy, not the Baltimore Colts. At least that's the way the story goes. I could be wrong. When the Rams moved to St. Louis in 1995, apparently the original trophy got lost. Now, the Colts do have a replica in their trophy case, and so does the city of Baltimore. But it's just a wild, wild story on how the original Super Bowl V trophy got lost. Leo Sugar at one defensive end. That's a good name. Dale Minert, who crushed a running play earlier. Linebacker. And of course we talked about Larry Wilson. Number 8, he's a Hall of Famer. So far the Colts with 4 total yards and the Arizona Cardinals with negative 13. The horse getting the pass from Johnny U. Johnny Unitas, in his 4th year out of the Louisville University, he was a 9th round selection of the Pittsburgh Steelers. In 1955, did not make the Steelers organization. Was playing semi-pro ball when he got the call to come join the Colts. Taking over for George Shaw, and the rest is history. Winning the 1958 and 59 NFL title. Taking the Colts to 1964 NFL title. Coming off the bench in Super Bowl III to lead the only touchdown drive for the Colts, and starting Super Bowl V. And although perhaps considered one of the worst starts for a quarterback in Super Bowl for a winning team, as he did not finish even the first half before he was knocked out with broken ribs, he still, and this is important to me as a huge Colts fan, he started a Super Bowl and got himself a Super Bowl championship, even though Romo did come off the bench, and it was more thanks to some faux pas, the blunder bowl as they called it, than the quarterback play. But the Colts still won a Super Bowl while they were in Baltimore, and John Unitas was the starting quarterback. So to me, that's just huge. John Unitas will finish his career in San Diego, and if you've seen pictures of just seeing him in the powder blue, the yellow pants, the Chargers just doesn't look right. When I first got into football, why am I a Colts fan? A Baltimore Colts fan. Coming from a guy who loves the Buffalo Bills. When I first got into football, obviously, the Bills were my first love. They're what I saw on TV growing up in upstate New York. The Bills are what I saw. And the first game I saw was a loss against the Cincinnati Bengals. The Bengals team would go on to the Super Bowl. But I wanted to write a book. Now, I'm 9 years old, so it's one of those pipe dreams for a 9-year-old. But I wanted to write a book, so I wrote the organization of the Indianapolis Colts. Why? They showed up first in the list. Asking them, saying I want to write a book and get information. They sent me back their 1988 media guide. And I started reading that, and I read stories on John Unitas and the 50s, late 50s and 60s Colts, and I just fell in love with the team. And then I got into reading about what happened in 83, where the Midnight moved to Indianapolis. And let's just say that left a bad taste in my mouth as a fan, so there's no worry of me becoming a Colts fan in the long run. I am a Bills fan, but I believe in a former life I was a Baltimore Colts fan. We'll get into the Atlanta Falcons later on down the line, because I'm only going to control the Colts until 65, and then I'm going to leave the Colts and take over the Falcons. We'll have our own Carroll Rosenblum trade. Number 34. Let's look at, I'm going to find my mouse on my laptop here. Number 34, Bill Coleman, fourth-year linebacker out of North Carolina, is actually a 1956 8th-round draft pick of the Baltimore Colts. How about that? We're all learning something now. Ray Brown into punt. I have got to find some offense. And there comes John David Crow and John Roach, the quarterback, number 12. You know, there's something cool about those classic Cardinal uniforms with no fancy, weird piping or stripes. Should have never changed, in my opinion. I'm a quarterback guy. I played quarterback in high school. I love quarterbacks. So you're going to hear me talk a lot about quarterbacks. John Roach, fourth-year quarterback out of SMU, 6'4", 197 pounds, drafted by the Chicago Cardinals in 1956. He started 10 games in 1960. The other 2 starts came from one for King Hill and one for George Zitzel. There's a completion to number 86, Southern Miss. He must have been on that Southern Miss team that shocked the world in '56 when they beat Alabama. Well, I guess he would have been a sophomore, so maybe. Southern Miss was considered a lower tier college at the time, and I have a video somewhere on my computer where some of the old timers talk about it. It's fascinating to hear about what a victory over Alabama meant in the 50s as it does. Oh, much today. Who's 80? Andy Nelson. He just lowered the boom. Thanks, Brian. Scoreless here in the second period. Oh, Crow finally gets moving. Dick Szymanski able to get the tackle. Oh. Miles Kuzak for the second tackle. Oh, come on. Szymanski, you gotta catch that thing when it's in your area, man. Big Daddy Gene Lipscomb and number 67 Jim Colvin, the rookie out of Houston, and on the tackle. Big Daddy, 6'3", no, that's the wrong guy. Hold on, I'll let you check it. Oh, he comes down with it. Come on. Big Daddy Gene Lipscomb at 6'6", 284. Sonny Randall with a sideline jumping catch. Killing it. Suzak gets his third tackle. He's having himself a game today. Oh, right up the middle. John David Crow. The 1960 Pro Bowler in his second year out of Texas A&M. Never got me that time. And Jerry Perry adds the extra point. 10-play drive. Oof. Jim Muchler walking the tightrope, picking up 8. That is what Raymond Berry was known for. The sideline catch. Unitas to Berry was a tremendous combination in the 60s and late 50s. I had a bus driver when I was in elementary school by the name of George. He was a huge Baltimore Colts fan. When I told him about my project, he would tell me stories of his favorite player, Raymond Berry, and the sideline catch. Uh-oh, we got an injury. It actually looked like it was a Cardinal. Actually still in there, so. Alex Hawkins on the jailbreak screen.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Jimmy Hill, number 41.
Here we go.
One of the first games I collected, outside of my own games I recorded, was I found an ad in Football Digest in the early 90s for old football games on cassette tape. And they had the 1958 NFL Championship. And although I've since upgraded and got it on DVD and downloaded it off YouTube, the audio play-by-play that I got to merge that NFL Films did, that cassette tape is my favorite. And I have heard that game against the Giants 100 times. This is the master. Number Billy Pricer, third-year receiver out of Oklahoma. You know, I'll tell you this. Throughout this series, the further we get into it, you know, I'll get to be Joe Ferguson with the Bills and Steve Bartkowski with the Falcons, and one day Michael Vick and maybe even Matt Ryan if we get far enough, and Jim Kelly with the Bills. But this first 6 seasons getting to control John Unitas is going to be perhaps one of my favorite. I just hope I can do him justice. Okay, let's take this time to talk about what's still to come in week 2. This is the 5th of 7 games that we'll feature. Still to come, we have John M. has both his games still to play, and they will be Thursday night, I believe. That's his plan, anyway, depending on, of course, emergencies, weathers, whatever. The New York Giants play the Detroit Lions, and the Houston Oilers will play the futuristic semi-pro team of the Jacksonville Jaguars. John David Crow with his first reception. Oh, still get him. Jim Colvin with the sack. Jim Colvin, rookie out of Houston. Marchetti ran right by him. And that's halftime, folks. What do you think of the first half? Leave a comment. Make sure you like the video, share it, tell your friends. It'll be in the playlist, Attack of the Future. Has she got any gold Colt fans? Yeah, maybe even some Cardinal fans. It's 12-yard rushing yards. I got to work on that. There's a sack by Zemansky. No, Shinnick. Sorry, Don Shinnick. Unitas goes down. That's former Colt. There's a touchdown to Billy Pricer. Yeah, a very tight game. John Roach, 5 of 9, 93 yards. Raymond Berry return. Why did Chuck Pagano have the goal of 3 or 4 sacks? Chuck Pagano ain't done a sack out there. Horse getting the second carry. They scored the game-winning touchdown in the 58 NFL Championship. Unitas barking the signals. They give us to Michi, and the Colts are the world champions. Part of the Super Bowl of the Month Club, which you can find on Facebook. We're currently in 1977, and tomorrow Super Bowl 12 will be uploaded. I got to see the Super Bowl 5 in which the Colts beat the Cowboys. And I also got to see Super Bowl 3 in which the Colts floundered it against the Jets. Both fantastic, amazing shows. Just the history of the game, really. Whether your team won or lost. And the stories that the members are telling, it's definitely worth the join. Oh, he ran over Jimmy Hill. The Colts in 1960 fell off from the 2 NFL World Championships, falling to 6-6 with 4 straight losses to end the season. Oh no! Oh no, man. And that's the second pick six I've thrown this season. Unitas. Interceptions, but did mean against the Rams too. Linebacker. I think that's what it was against the Rams, too, a linebacker. Oh, well. Who was that with that big hit? John Tracy, number 80. Oh. Just waiting for the play to develop too long. Amy, and here Arizona, St. Louis is challenging the ruling on the field. What I mean by instant replay, I don't mean, Are you kidding me? Obviously, these refs must work for the New England Patriots. That was clearly a catch. He had both feet in bounds. He had possession all the way. I don't know what the... I threw a pick six. I went for another out pattern, but this one wasn't to Barry, it was to Mutchler, and Bill Coleman stepped in front of it and took it to the house. And the next drive, I had a long flag pattern to Barry, which he clearly caught. The replay showed he caught. St. Louis challenged it and was overturned. And now all of a sudden, John Roush is tearing me up. Oh, ran right by him again. We get the first, third and inches. Nice of Johnny St.L to step up, but there we go. Jim Colvin with his second sack of the game. Fourth for the Colts so far. Shinnick has one, Marchetti has one, Colvin with two. Zemansky. 3 straight runs for Crow with no yards gained. I got John David Crow on lockdown. It's the passing game of John Roach. And Bill Nelson was in there that time. Forced the errant throw, and it brings up a 4th down. Oh, come on. You know what's funny? I just noticed that challenge that was overturned, they did not count as a reception or a pass. United, he was 12 of 18, now he's 11 of 18 with that last incompletion. Carpenter holds on to that one.
Let's go. Green 39. Green 39. All right, now look at 56.
Forced 3 fumbles and a couple interceptions against the Rams, so we've been sacking them today, but no fumbles. Could really use one right now. Both play the Browns in week 3. Man, both my week 3 games are going to be human games. Bills play the Broncos. I've had all the answers to John David Crow, but John David Crow isn't Jim Brown. That's going to leave Unitas with 1 timeout. Jerry Richardson. He may one day own the Carolina Panthers. All right. We're 57 yards out. $52 yards away. That Bill Coleman, he has a chip on his shoulder being a former Colt. 5 sacks for Arizona now over St. Louis. $19. Oh, they're gonna try and ice me, huh? Oh, if you haven't had an icing done to you yet, it's different. Because this whole thing is gonna disappear on me. There, you guys just get to see how a PAT with an icing looks like. I have never missed, don't ice me, I have never missed a kick on the icing. For 2 seasons now playing these Maddens with this icing thing that's available, I'm perfect. That's the only thing I'm perfect on. I'm the Johnny Unitas of the computer icing for kicks. Well, what are they going to do? They're going to run the ball. Oh, they're in the pistol. Maybe they're going to throw it. Well, we'll get somebody hurt doing that. Did they call timeout? Oh, no. And we go to overtime. Pop Ivy having a conversation with John Roach. We're heading overtime. John Unitas and Dick Szymanski. Colts are up to defend. Well, you know, it would be appropriate, Brian, that the Colts are in the first sudden death, don't you think? Yeah. Nice.
Automatic first down.
.44 on 44 as Sample comes up to make the play. False start on Ken Gray. Second-year man out of Howard Payne University. Looking for Bobby Joe Conrad, but it was way overthrown. Already under 3 minutes to go in half. There's only, of course, we play 7-minute quarters, and since the new NFL rule of shortening halftime to 10 minutes, and first down. The overtime is shortened to 5.5 minutes to adjust for it. had to be holding on that play. Two guys blocking Marchetti. Yes, I know. I'll go in. Next time.
Here we go now. Green 39.
You know, we play for the tie? Come on. No, I got one timeout and I gotta go 95 yards.
Green 39. Green 39.
We're gonna get a face mask now. Call on Fred Glick.
Face mask. Defense.
Make sure I hit the right button here. Accept.
Automatic first down.
That moves me up to 73 yards. That was a huge, huge pickup.
Here we go now. Blue landing. Blue landing.
Oh! My running back was supposed to cut out on a flat. He got blocked, taken down. So I panicked and hit R1 and it was the wrong hit. We want to keep them out of field goal range and try to play for the tie now.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
And of course then you use their timeouts. Now they're going for it. Well, here we are. From the 35, it's going to be a 53-yard attempt. For number 79, Jerry Perry. And he missed it. Unitas gets the ball at the 42. Still at a timeout. Oh.
All right, here we go. 319.
There's no deep safeties because they're blitzing.
Watch that in. Watch that in. Tight end right. Tight end right. Now let's go.
I can't believe it. 4 interception game. That one going to Fred Glick, who got the face mask penalty on the last drive. Now you still have a timeout. No, this is going to be... Oh, they're going to... Okay, this is going to be a 49-yard attempt, I believe. 48-yard attempt. Well, if you stayed with it the whole time, thanks for watching. Colts dropped to 0-2. It was set up perfectly for Unitas, Brian, but wasted 2 interceptions. Well, we'll live to fight another day. It's only 2 games. Thanks for joining. Oh, sorry. Thanks for joining us here on Sack to the Future. Until next time, I'm Vinny Vincent, and you're not. And you might be glad because you don't throw interceptions.